Welcome back on the channel, guys. In today's video I got this lovely Ibanez RGRTBB21, so baritone inch scale guitar from Ibanez, and a successor for the RGB21, which I used to have for around 3.5 years now. I recently sold it, but it was a really popular guitar around the baritone community of players all around the world. And this particular RGRTBB21 is supposed to be the, let's say, new generation of Iron Label series of baritone guitars from Ibanez. In contrary to most YouTube guitar channels, this video is not sponsored by any means. I requested this guitar from Ibanez Germany, and this is nearly 2 years old model right now, so their marketing team will not be interested in, let's say, paid promotion, right? So to keep that honest, please subscribe to my channel. I really like to do this for fun. This is not my job and will never be my job probably. And I'm doing this all for fun. I'm writing songs for fun to show you some interesting guitars, some interesting plugins or stuff like that. But recently everything became an advertisement, and I hope this will not be just another advertisement, because, you know, this guitar got flaws, and we will talk about it later. Let's hear the song and see you in a second. The demo that you just heard was recorded fully on this guitar, and this means that it was really challenging, because as the riff parts and all the rhythm parts are, for me personally, way easier to play on the baritone scale guitar, then the lead and all the solos that you just heard in this demo was really challenging to be recorded properly. The strings are all the same and the tension is just like in a regular guitar. But we got the bigger distances between each fret, and that comes from the scale over here. So in regular guitar you got something like 25.5, over here you got 28-inch scale, and this means that the distance between each frets is way bigger than in a regular guitar, and this might be challenging for all the people with the small hands like me, with the little fingers and all those sweeps and stuff like that. This is really challenging, but of course it's manageable. When it comes to the construction and design of this guitar, the first noticeable difference in comparison to the previous baritone guitar from the Iron Label series is that they decided to swap the bolt-on neck with the neck through body type of neck. For me this is nice, as I don't like those bolts over here. This is purely aesthetical, and you know, this feeling of unity with the body over here is really nice. Is it really translates to the better sound, the better resonance and better sustain? You have to ask yourself, do you really prefer the bolt-on necks or the neck through body? I'm not really that die-hard fan for any of those options, so for me it doesn't really make a difference. The biggest one is the, let's say, visual experience, and I prefer this one, to be honest. Neck itself is most interesting part of this guitar from the obvious reason it's a baritone, so we got the 28-inch scale type of neck. This is a 5-ply maple and walnut, as far as I remember. Of course, we cannot see those, let's say, layers, because it's all covered in the satin finish, the black flat satin finish. I don't really think that this will be durable, because I got this guitar for over 1 month right now, and as you can see, there's a lot of fingerprints and stuff like that. This is typical for all the satin finishes over the guitar. And not only guitars, if you will buy anything with the satin finish, sooner or later it will need some refreshment over the years, and to be honest, I'm not really sure there is any. As I mentioned, 5-ply neck, maple and walnut. We got the ebony fingerboard without any inlays. The only inlays are on the side of the fretboard, those are luminescents, and we got the 24 frets over there, so nothing really exciting, but I like the fact that it's like inlay free on the fretboard on the front, because I don't like inlays. We got the Goro MGT locking tuners over there, and paired with this 28-inch scale neck, it makes a perfect down-tuned metal machine, because you know it's out of the box, ready to be recorded. So if I'll have to compare it in a simple manner, I would say that the regular guitar, which was down-tuned from the standard E to drop D, behave exactly the same like this one in the drop G, for example. So this is their natural environment. The down-tuning, they like it, they love it, they're meant to be played like that. So if you're looking to play metal, the modern stuff, this is the way to go. I'm doing a lot of shit like that. And to be honest, at some point we are really had to think about the necessity of using the bass guitars, because you know the guitars are playing in such low frequencies that it's really hard to mix the good bass tone. And even my bass, the 34-inch scale, just like I said before, had a problem to follow this guitar, because it was so perfectly in tune in drop G that the bass had this problem with floating strings, which were down-tuned so much unnaturally. We got a constant radius of 400 millimeters over the whole fretboard, and the thickness is somewhere around 20 millimeters over the first fret and 23 over here. And I must say that this is not really that comfortable Ibanez type of neck, because you know this is the Baritone guitar, so they had to make some sacrifices, but in comparison to RGB21, it's way more comfortable, and especially paired with the satin finish. You know, satin finish is maybe unpractical, but it's really comfortable when it comes to playing, because all those slides and everything is so comfy that you're not feeling anything over there stopping your hand. In terms of electronics, we got 2 pickups from DiMarzio. This is the deactivator set. Personally, this is not my favorite set. Previously, they were equipped with the EMG 81 and 60, so there were no illusions that the guitar will be used for something different than the high gain playing. In this case, we got the passive deactivators, and when it comes to the bridge position, it's okay. I guess that deactivators are it might be recommended maybe for someone, but in the neck position it's just unusable for me. It's too muddy. It vanishes inside the mix, especially a dance mix. I tried to record the solo that you heard at the very end of the song, of the demo song, and I quickly deleted and recorded with the bridge position, because you know it just cuts through the mix. So in my opinion, this guitar would be just fine with just the bridge pickup, because the illusion that you will use the neck pickup, that you will need the neck pickup in guitar that looks like this and meant to be played in a say metal environment, for me this is useless. You either swap it or you will not use it. Anyways, 3 position only, so there are no features like, you know, split coils or something like this. This is a really straightforward guitar, meant to be played really straightforwardly, let's say. The biggest advantage of this guitar is its tuning stability. This is like amazingly good. As in most guitars from Ibanez right now, we got the Goro MGT locking tuners, and paired with this kind of bridge, everything worked fine. There are no strap locks, and there are no additional gig bag or case. The guitar comes within the carton box, and that's pretty much it. This is a little bit disappointing, because the price of this guitar is not that far from the RG652, which is a Prestige from Japan. And Prestige from Japan comes with a really great, beautiful looking hard case with the red carpet inside, like I used to say. But in this case we got nothing. And another thing that I wanted to mention, yeah, I remember right now, the knuckle over here, this is some kind of cheap plastic, so it's not causing any problems, but you know, they should do it better, I think. Some kind of ivory, or anyway, just looks cheap. So at the end, let me shortly judge this guitar. Let's do it honestly. If you are looking for a, let's say, second, third or fourth guitar to play some down-tuned metal and you are not really on budget, you can choose whatever you want, then this particular model is something like 9 out of 10. If you are looking for your very first guitar, you never had any guitars before, you want to learn and you really like this down-tuned metal, no, 2 out of 10. It's, you know, it's really hard to play for the beginners. It's not beginner friendly, it's a completely different instrument. If you are looking for something on budget, then I think that there are other competitors that doing similar guitars at the same or even lower price tag. So this is like 6 out of 10 because you can get a better option at the same price. Maybe not the better, but comparable. Let's say comparable, because this guitar is a really high quality when it comes to the Indonesia, because, you know, Indonesian instruments are usually, there's a little bit of luck factor. You might get something really awesome and you might get something which shouldn't be released out of the factory, so it's really important to try out the guitar at your local store. If we will talk about the design itself and how it looks like, then I think that that's personal, of course, and you might disagree with me, so let me know in the comments if you think that this looks great, but I think that it's not looking great. This is black on black. This is really, let's say, boring and a little bit dull. I know that this is the aesthetics that someone might look for, and that's pretty much okay. That's why there are so many instruments on the market, because everyone can find something. We got this black satin finish, those sad looking deactivators and the black covers, and the only thing that for me personally helps this guitar is the reverse headstock, because the guitar looks a little bit more aggressive that way. But, you know, this is aesthetics. We are talking about really personal feelings. But for me, of course, I think that this is like 3 out of 10 when it comes to how it looks like, because the previous version I had was black gloss. Let's say looks similar, but with the white binding and with the EMG pickups, which had a little different tone of graphite, say silverish type of color. It looked way more, I don't know, lively. This one looks like death. So if you are playing in a black metal band, death metal band, something like that, this is something you might be looking for, and that's pretty much fine. I was playing in death metal bands as well, and I know that I'll go back in time. Back then, maybe that would be something I would fall in love. I don't know. Anyways, for me, you know, the taste changes all over the years. Right now I'm looking for some crazy tops, crazy paint jobs, so in my case I think that this is a little bit boring. Okay, anyways, if you like the demo, if you like this short, honest review, please remember to leave the thumb up, subscribe to my channel, and leave the comment. Tell me what you think about how it looks like, how it sounds like, and, you know, I always appreciate your comments, so see you in the next video.